It's the Jobbers Tears podcast.
Fellow jobbers, welcome to another amazing and fun and yet hopefully exciting episode of the Jobbers Tears podcast, episode 17.
Episode 17, the Jeremy Lin episode, Mr.
You chose Jeremy Lin?
To Times Square, MSG back to Time Warner, aka Shovel You Lock 'em Up, I did the dagger to the 3 in Toronto, aka I'm Earth, you fire, you Earth, you win, you water, he's hard, we fall this Voltron podcast. I don't know, I was mad hype. Episode 17, the Jeremy Lin edition, New York, baby. Come home.
You
baby.
mean Brooklyn Nets?
He's still in New York. But who cares about number 17? Today is the Rocks' birthday.
Yeah, we are.
I'm drooling. Because my main man. Hold up.
Lord.
Let me finish.
Oh, God.
The most electrifying man in sports entertainment. The man that took sports entertainment to the next level. The man that made the Attitude Era what it is. He said, Stone Cold, you injured, I got this.
After 2
and
WrestleManias?
took it to the next level. Mr. The Rock Dwayne Johnson, the greatest man to ever walk the earth. Top 10 ever. Ew, put the bullets.
I have something funny to say. So remember the episode, a few episodes ago, you got here talking about that dumbass rock song with Method Man.
Yeah.
So my homeboy Jaquan, shout out to you, who's a ridiculously huge rock fan. He says that's his dad. He had posted on his Snapchat like a whole 2 minutes of that damn music video on his Snapchat in regards to the Rock's birthday, and then posted, there was one episode of Raw where they did like a whole birthday celebration for him.
Yeah.
He posted that shit on his Snapchat. Like, it is ridiculous.
Do you not understand who The Rock is?
No, I get it.
He's one of the greatest human beings to ever step on the earth. Ever.
Okay.
He's a physical specimen.
You forgot about Jesus?
No. He's one of the greatest. I didn't say he is the greatest. Jesus is in the top 5.
Top 5.
Top five.
Yes.
Wait, so who else is in your top 5?
Who's in my top 5 of the greatest people ever walk on the earth?
Yeah.
Do we need to go through this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going through this.
I don't want to know this.
Jesus.
Okay.
The top and second place is Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. You need
So
both
they
sides.
share.
They share my 2 spot. They share my 2 spot, my niggas.
Solid.
They share my 2 spot.
Solid.
Number
side
3,
after the other.
Albert Einstein. Because you know why? He was special. They didn't realize he was special until later on. They trying to play my man.
Third eye's open.
Third eye open.
Okay.
Teach these devils.
Number 4.
Number 4. These devils gonna know that. Number 4, The Rock. The Rock. The greatest man ever in sports entertainment.
Okay, and number 5.
Number 5, you know who that is? Terry Crews.
Oh, yeah.
Terry Crews is my top, is my man,
Solid.
son.
Okay.
Terry Crews. Number 6, Kanye West. I said it. Number 6, Kanye West. Fuck with me.
I support
Are you
Mr.
clapping?
West.
Because slavery was not a choice. 400 years? After 5 to 10
Alright, we're actually
not.
gonna not talk
No, hold up. We gonna start this podcast on this shit? Hold up. Powers up.
No, simmer down. Let me take this one.
You got this one? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Somebody that understand what Kanye was talking about 400 years of slavery. You have to understand, some people had an option to leave those plantations and they didn't. Harry Tubman came and said, yo, come to me through Underground Railroad. They said no. There was a lot of Uncle Tom who refused to leave the plantation and be with the master. Not Turner. He got ran out by his own people, the blacks, because they realized that they'd rather be comfortable than be uncomfortable, be free. So, as far as that mindset during slavery, that was a couple of issues. Now, modern day time, how many of us, when we see a white person, not me and my brother, because we're too strong as black men, they look down. Or we talk down to our people, the white man talk the extra niceness. Mental slavery's still here, baby girl. Mental slavery, B.
So let me step in.
You better step in.
Let me step in. Let me tag into the match.
The hot tag.
Hold up.
Hot tag.
Sorry, IG. Now we had to get political real quick on this podcast. Okay. There's many sides to this stuff, but I'm about to break it down. Kanye's an idiot.
Of course.
He's an idiot. But let's break it down. We're gonna talk about Haiti. IUT in the building, brothers and sisters. Okay, first, Haiti is the only black slave revolt to ever be successful. And we took over because we was not stuck in the mentality of that this white man is greater than us. So we took over. Now, it got a little more complicated in America. Because you know why? Many laws put into place.
Of course.
And people, hold up, it wasn't a choice to leave, really. But some there was, a lot there wasn't. Now I'm gonna tell you why. Because if they would got caught, they'll be killed. They're worried about their family being hurt. So him saying that is like 30% accurate. The 70% found the better 70% because if somebody gets caught, they get killed, separated from their family, destroying the black family. They've been destroying the black family since the beginning, since we got here.
But the original deadbeat dads are the white men impregnating slaves.
Yeah, but let me finish because Plymouth Rock, we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
You better preach.
So I'm sorry, I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. Mr. Wrestling real soon. So it wasn't a choice at all. Because at the end of the day, we were taken from our homeland, brought over here.
You're teaching me.
Brought over here without a choice. Put into slavery without a choice.
You're right, 100% right.
But you said that Harriet Tubman came and was like, yo, my nigga, let's dip. And someone like, nah. You know what? They couldn't dip because you know why? They felt that their family was going to get hurt. They couldn't trust Harriet. They didn't know what Harriet was about to do.
Teach Mr. Black. Teach Mr. Black.
They didn't know what Harriet was about to do. So that's the problem. Now, Kanye West saying that shit, what he really trying to say is that there's a mental slavery going on now. He's not articulating himself in the right way. So, he crazy, bro. He looking real stupid out here.
Don't say crazy. Don't say crazy.
You right. Mental illness. We don't call niggas crazy out here. Alright, so we good now. We good now. I apologize, everybody, for getting real political right now.
You good now?
No, we go. We can start the show officially.
What are you laughing about?
Comment.
Oh, you want to read it before I start?
Look at your face.
Huh?
What?
Somebody said look at your face.
Who said it?
Don't sweet. I can't read. Don't
Clearly.
Technique. Don't sweat.
Don't sweat the technique. I'm sorry, brother, but Janelle, you know, sometimes she's not fully woke.
No, it's not about that. It's just I am awake.
She's sleeping, and her woke powers ain't fully. But you know what?
It's not that. It's just that's not what we're talking about.
Through training in the chamber, and Mr. Kai, she'll be alright though.
Hop out of the chamber. All you have to do train, for a couple of weeks. I say a couple of years.
And keep the weight on.
Maybe she's the first Super Saiyan woman black.
Let's move on. Start the show.
It's not about Janelle, but all right. So we're gonna go right into our first segment, and as Sir Wilkins has mentioned, it is the Rock's birthday, so we are going to, do a little bit of a dedication to him on this episode, seeing as he is one of the greats in wrestling.
The great.
Okay, popular opinion. So our opening segment, which is Behind Gorilla's Position, we're going to talk about the OMG moment of this week, which, believe it or not, the big red political machine wins the primary. So, as we spoke about months ago, Kane was running for mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee, and they just did the primaries, and he actually won the Republican primary race by 17 votes.
Close.
I mean, they're gonna continue to calculate because as those knows, there are absentee votes and things like that. So it will take some time to get the official number. But as of now, they were reporting that he won, and he won by 17 votes. So he is gonna go in facing the Democratic Party chair, Linda Haney, in November to vote who's gonna be the next mayor of Knoxville, Tennessee. So my question to you guys to start it off is, this is once again outside of wrestling, but in terms of wrestling, would you like to see Kane in like a one last run or push? And if so, who would you want to see him kind of going against? So I will start with Mr. Black.
Not really, because don't get me wrong, Kane's my dogs. I love him, but it's just like, bro, you move on to something else, something greater. Now you're able to, you could say that I was a wrestler that turned to a mayor. You were like in that elite class. And pretty soon you say that I was a wrestler, a mayor, and WWE Hall of Fame. Not many people could say that. So do I want to see Kane in his last run again? No, let the little kid inside of me remember you as the big red machine and let that die down. No need to come back.
So what was your favorite time period of Kane?
favorite Kane. A lot of people don't give him the credit for this. Is when Kane just moved the max. How he got copied in the ring with all this chain, Sabu style, going crazy. And the fact that he was just so sadistic, so evil. You felt the hurt behind the mask. All he is hiding his true feelings. Now, the Kane that we know of was contained to evil. Now it's all out in the world. Devastating. That whole run was just so like, wow, I felt this, son. Then they made him a child-like figure and stuff like that. And another second part, I know you said one about second part, is the Hell No run. That's the moment where I said that, damn, that man could do some damage, but yet that man could tell a great story outside the ring, inside the ring. You saw his charisma, skills at full display. And one of the segments, like there was an anger management class in the circle, and he broke down everything he did in his career as Kane, looking like, dang, Kane you could have went to jail a long time ago for the stuff he did.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that whole segment, I just remember Kane for that. No need another run. I am good. If I want to live like Kane again, I get the new WWE and play Kane in universe mode. Not in real life. I'm good.
All right, so Wilkins, your thoughts on Kane? What were some of your favorite moments of Kane? What was your favorite, I guess, Kane character? And would you like to see him one last time in the ring to kind of give that farewell tour?
So you said as a second one, I said I'm thinking as the first one. Him with Daniel Bryan was amazing. And the reason, I love Kane throughout his career, up until Corporate Kane.
Oh yeah.
That was just straight trash.
Yeah.
He was preparing him for what he's doing now.
Yeah, it was, but it was straight trash. It was straight trash. It was straight garbage because you ultimately just broke kayfabe. Like you just straight tossed in the garbage and tossed in the dump truck and took it to the landfill.
My son was wrestling with suit pants.
He was wrestling with suit pants and a big belly.
Okay, we can never talk about people's wrestling attire because John Cena still wrestles in short jeans.
But it's believable.
It's believable because he's thugonomics, baby. Word life. Can't see me.
Like
no. It fits the outfit.
Yeah.
But that was the that was he.
Yeah, but he has like knee pads on. He got some sneakers. He do athletic stuff with like athletic wear. This nigga Kane is out there in shoes. Dress shoes.
That was the gimmick, though.
Dress shoes and dress pants.
You can't knock the gimmick.
And a dad body.
Yeah.
You can't knock the gimmick.
No, he has a dad body with dress pants and dress shoes on, out here giving out choke slams. Nah, B, I ain't fucking with it.
That was corny.
I ain't fucking with it. But back to what I'm saying, Daniel Bryan and Kane. You know why I liked it? I'm gonna tell you why. Because it showed how great this guy was. And using a different avenue to perform, that comedic avenue. A lot of people can't pull it off.
No.
Stone Cold tried to do it, I wasn't fucking with it.
No, yeah, it was.
I wasn't fucking with it. Like Kurt Angle did it. That was fucking hilarious.
With him and Kurt on the guitar.
Kane showed a different side of him, and it was fun, and you loved it, you enjoyed it. Him and Daniel Bryan had great chemistry.
Okay.
That angle management thing you talked about, amazing segment. Like it showed a different side of him. Don't want another run with him? No. My nigga, go home, put your boots up. And the only time I want to see him is like some surprise entrance at a Royal Rumble 4 years from now.
Yeah.
Well,
like I don't even know what's coming. And I love Kane's career. In the beginning, it was that real
that's
dark,
my favorite.
Dark one where we thought his whole body was burned, but then what WWE does all the time makes you pretend like we stupid.
Men in Black face.
Oh yeah, his whole body wasn't burned. He good. Only his face is burned.
Yeah.
Then
Let's even talk about how he can't even talk. Let's talk about a voice box.
Nah, I am good.
But you know, when I look back at that, I'm like, yo, that's wild talented because like how like. It has to be in sync. Like that shit is wild hard.
What's crazy? He was in WWE for a minute.
Well, yeah, because he was the dentist guy.
Fake Diesel.
He was Diesel when Diesel left.
And he got blessed with that gimmick and he ran with it. Like there was a time when Mankind talks about it in his book. It was when Stone Cold walked out, and a lot of the WWE wrestlers was like a little pissed off about the reason why Stone Cold walked out, because the whole Brock situation. And Kane was in a hotel with Mankind, was like, I gotta go to work. And then Mankind said Rollins looked like he finally had a gimmick that was working for him, and he didn't want to hurt that gimmick. But he's the second best person to keep a gimmick going.
Yeah, and
because the number gimmick. One is Undertaker, his brother. So I don't want to see him wrestle again.
Me either.
Only if it's like some super surprise entry like in the Royal Rumble, or like it's some like weeks and weeks we don't know who the fuck it is and it just pops out of nowhere. That's the only reason why I'm fucking with it.
I only want to see Kane again if he's like on like somebody on fire or something. Like if you're gonna give me some smidge, it doesn't matter. But if you're gonna give me some smidge or something, like if we could put two people in a casket in Saudi Arabia, I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of hope.
Maybe, but I don't want to see him wrestling more until like later on down the line. He surprisingly comes in. But my number one for like my favorite time with him, because it really showed his length of what he can do talent wise, was his comedic side when he was with Daniel Bryan.
Team No, which is good. All right, I mean, were there any comments on the...
Yes, One Sweet Wrestling podcast said Kane should have one last win with the title, not the world title, but something to pass. To maybe pass the torch to a strong NXT guy. Best memory, his debut ripping the sell-off door.
Yes. That's why, but see, that's why I always say WrestleMania 14 was my favorite, because it wasn't even, like the card was solid, but the build up, and it started from that Royal Rumble. 14. It is.
No, the one that he ripped with the cell, I think
it is. No, he ripped the cell, it was Royal Rumble. He put Undertaker, it was the casket match with him and Shawn Michaels.
Which WrestleMania is that,
it was it was Royal Rumble, and it was Taker versus Shawn Michaels, and he came out.
Yeah, that was in...
Oh, no, that was before that.
Yeah, that was not WrestleMania.
It was Survivor Series then.
No, it wasn't Survivor. It was In Your House.
But I feel like it was a Survivor Series then.
I don't know In Your House, because I remember seeing the house.
But... That's why I'm funny. Now that I think about it, it probably is... I think it's Survivor Series of that year before when he actually came.
It was a Survivor Series, but I remember it was...
When he debuted it?
Yeah, when he ripped that cell door, and I think it was Survivor Series. And then the Royal Rumble was the casket thing. And then Taker went away, and then Taker came back, and then they had the match at Mania 2.
Bad Blood.
See? In Your House, Bad Blood. Knew it.
Lala's World and Chucky Daddy said it.
Okay,
Chucky Daddy? Who are you?
You got turned on by that?
No, but I'm just like
Chucky Daddy.
No, but I'm like, no, but I'm like,
Chucky Daddy.
I've never. That's the first time I've ever heard him say that person's like Instagram.
We got new people coming in.
But that's what I want to acknowledge them. Damn.
Shout you out, Chucky Daddy.
Anyway, moving right along, it goes right along the lines of the gentleman talking about Kanye West and mental healthness. So Showtime just recently announced.
Showtime.
If you're not from New York, you're not gonna understand it. Showtime is when these guys come on the train and they start dancing, but before they start, they go Showtime, and they start dancing on the train.
Well, it's not that Showtime. It is actually the channel network Showtime. So Showtime announced that they have a new documentary coming out, debuting on May 25th, which is Memorial Day weekend, and it's featuring sportscaster and NXT announcer Mauro Ronaldo and his lifelong battle with mental illness. So if a lot of people have kind of followed his career, because he's also done boxing announcements and other sporting sporting events and things like that, he's been battling bipolar for a very, very long time. And it was a part of the reason why he kind of took a step back when he was on SmackDown as an announcer, and that whole him and JBL thing. And it probably was a trigger for him, to be honest, like looking back at it. But he suffers from bipolar affective disorder. It's a condition that affects 15% of the U.S. population, according to the National Alliance of Mental Illness. And the documentary is going to show his kind of day-to-day struggle between dealing with his illness, going to doctors, going to work. And they actually filmed it around, there's going to be two major parts that there's going to showcase. Actually, they filmed in New Orleans during WrestleMania weekend. So they filmed him kind of preparing for NXT TakeOver, and they filmed him during WrestleMania the actual day. So you'll see different parts of, you know, WWE and other parts of his life, and him dealing with family, friends, and things like that. So I'll start with you, Sir Wilkins. Are you gonna watch? And what is your take on mental illness in the wrestling community?
I'm gonna watch because I love documentaries. I absolutely love stuff like this, getting an insight of who this man is. And mental illness affects everybody. And now when you said to talk about wrestlers, I think it's even harder for them because they're in the spotlight. Like, you never get a moment to yourself. All these people are working, I always forget the exact number of days, but they're working roughly 300 plus days a year. Maybe 40 days off. And imagine going through some shit and you're in your fucking hotel room. Like, you feel the walls closing in, you're getting super fucking depressed about something, or you feel like you just want to jump off something, or you just don't know what to do. And everybody that we've heard about, like The Rock, for instance, we talked about a few episodes ago. Now him going through stuff like this and you're alone is really hard. And it takes a lot. And imagine you have a fucking moment and you're announcing. Like, I have a lot of respect for him to continue trying to work at what he does. That JBL shit really fucking pissed me off. And I think I talked about it on the podcast we used to be on about it, how it didn't piss me off, but I felt bad. Like, yo, my nigga, like, why are you doing this? Like, we moved, it's an old era of shit, but let's move past this. And I'm pretty sure homeboy was like, yo, chill. Like, you being a selfish piece of shit. Like, it really annoyed me and when he did that. Now, I go back to it, wrestlers have a hard fucking time already. And the fact that he's going through this and still trying to make it work? Like, going through all this shit and you successful? Because bipolar shit is ridiculous. Like, bipolar is no joke. I know people with bipolar disorder. I work with people with bipolar disorder. That's literally like, you're right here, me and you all talking, we happy, and then next, like literally 10 minutes later, I want to jump off the building. I don't know how severe his is, but this is phenomenal, and we need to talk more about it because people need to, oh shit, he's going through that too. Because I'm going through that.
Right.
People feel like they're connected. It feels normal, not crazy.
Right. So I think it's interesting that Showtime is the one that's actually doing it, because you would think something like this, you know, dealing with sports. I mean, even though Showtime deals with the boxing world, you would think that something like ESPN or HBO would do something like this. But Mr. Black, what are your thoughts on the documentary that's coming up later this month in regards to mental illness? And what are your thoughts on mental illness in the wrestling community? Because it is something I feel like it's not one of those topics no one really talks about.
Showtime doing a great job making awareness.
Showtime!
Showtime making great awareness of this very thrown out word of bipolar disorder. You know, when like particularly a lot of females been like how that 1 minute they hot and cold, they're like, oh, I'm bipolar. You can't just say that because people are actually suffering through that mental illness of bipolarness. If I probably said it the wrong way. Bipolarness, that's not a real word, right?
We know what you meant.
Okay, bipolarness, the suffering from that disease, and the fact that he's able to can't just talk about it, it shows that how that he's further along than people give him credit for. The fact he's able to talk about that's great. You know, probably therapy, this, that, he's doing great for himself. I'm happy that he's open to you share his story, be very candid on camera. And great job on Showtime picking this up. You know, like again, you know, get your boys over there to Showtime doing these documentaries. Everyone's eat. You know my motto. Everybody gotta eat out here, B. And mental disorder in the wrestling community seen on television is hard. You know, because they have many different disorders. You know, probably mentally wise. Imagine like someone like Sasha Banks. Oh, she's such the B word, blah blah blah, this, that, there. But you don't know that she don't have issues dealing with her husband or other issues that she has to go through, and that 2 days at home, that's not enough to deal with, to sit down and deal with your thoughts.
I think people forget that people in the spotlight are humans.
They're humans too, and something that in the Kanye West.
Go.
So we forget that wrestlers are people too, and you see, like, yo, people have bad days.
People have bad days.
Like, people forget, like, yo, I don't want to fucking talk to you.
Exactly. And something that Kanye West said in the interview with Charlamagne, he said this. It's just like the moment that you do something bad, you're a disappointment to everybody. Because, like, you taking down from that pedestal, people realize that, oh, shoot, you're human too.
Yeah, and we always forget that. And this documentary is going to showcase his human side.
Human side, yes.
And
yes.
we just, because a lot of times, especially being a wrestler, you're put on this huge stage.
I mean, I just think that celebrities all in
Yeah, we're thinking.
But I know it's wrestling
The one thing about wrestlers is like the celebrities, as far as like rappers, so actors, someone that was not in the sporting field is the fact that these actors say that I don't want to do a film, do nothing for the whole year, and take a break. These wrestlers, if they don't do that, they don't get paid, and they can't take these personal days like that.
Like for instance, we can speak about Awesome Kong with her postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And she took time off. WWE contract was done.
Yeah.
Or her career never got back to what it was.
That's why I kind of kudos to WWE. I think, everyone is always so quick to shoot down WWE and how they deal with just like habits, like drug habits and things like that. But kudos to them, because the one person recently that I feel like they've really helped to kind of get over that hump is Mike Bennett.
Yeah.
Because Mike Bennett.
Mike Kanellis?
Mike Bennett.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know Mike Kanellis because he's trash, but Mike Bennett.
He was dealing with a whole ass drug addiction, and his wife didn't even know. And it wasn't until they got to WWE and they gave him the help he needed. Same thing, Scott Hall too, Jake the Snake Roberts, like these people, like WWE, Jeff Jarrett, WWE paid for his, rehab. Like these are the type of things that whether it's mental illness or just illness in general, that as a company, you have that like duty to kind of help your employees. Like you can't drop the ball on that.
Yeah, okay. This is someone that who has mental illness myself. Listen, not everybody respects it. You feel me? Because like I could literally go to work today. It's like, yo, listen, mentally I'm not in here, this, that, and third. So I could be on something like, I don't care. You get someone to go off the work for and come back, this, that. I'm just like, yo, this is not enough. I can't explain it. Words can't explain how I'm feeling mentally right now. You see it in my face and my eyes. I'm not here. So not everybody's so kind to that, and even your friends may not be so kind to say that. Well, I was going through this, that. They might just say, yeah, that's how you is, this, that, there, and make fun of you after this.
But if you don't communicate, the thing is a communication too. Like if you, like in terms, and I think as different industries and fields of work, they have to have that duty